everyone, we are the G team. So after 7 years of fierce competition, we'll do a quick brief of what we did and how it went with our team. Here I am with Manon, who was kind of our chief operating officer, deciding the strategy and how to complete our main goals. And on my right is Caroline, who was more kind of a production manager who studied the different opportunities of production and studied the variation of costs and shipping depending on the area of production. The other members of the team who couldn't be here were to start with, Leah. She was our CSR consultant because she was really inclined to develop our corporate and social measures in order to improve the impact of the company. Then Alice was studying the marketing strategy, studying the competitors and how to improve our communication. Then Mathilde, Marie and Hélène were more specialized on Asia, Europe and Africa or North America. Each of them had an area they would be more specialized in, and they would be more inclined to know how the competitors would act in these areas. And I was more focused on the financial scale, the various figures like the return on equity one and the earnings per share. And I tried to have a more global vision. So I was the CEO. These titles were more like ideas of what we would do during these 7 years and these various steps of decisions, and what we were more inclined to do when we would meet to take these decisions. Then I will let my colleagues present the main strategies.
So first, we decided as a team to have a competitive advantage that would be the differentiation. We chose to provide premium products, so high quality products with high prices. We chose high prices because we chose to have always more than 75% of superior materials that cost a lot to us. One of our main goals was to increase our SQ rating, and it was to us a success because we had at the end of the game 7.8 stars in North America, for example, and this goal was aligned with our first strategy. So to differentiate ourselves, at the beginning we chose to provide around 400 models, but as we saw that the others tried to do the same, we chose to around year 14 to decrease the number of models. For example, in North America, with 150 models provided by us. And so it shows that strategy needs to adapt to the competition, and that's something that we saw during the game. To follow our strategy, we also tried to implement quality control measures. For example, each year we decided to train our workers with around $200 each year for these trainings. At the beginning of the game, we also bought options A and C in order to minimize the reject rates and to increase our SQ rating. In order to provide these high quality products, we also chose to spend a lot on styling every year. And to align with our competitors, we chose on internet to give free shipping both on North America and Asia Pacific, because we only had 2 plants. So in North America and Asia Pacific, we sticked to that strategy. Everything that was produced in North America was sold in North America in order to avoid the barriers. And we would export from Asia Pacific to Europe and Latin America, which produced higher margin for us. And for our CEO, we also tried to maximize the shares repurchase each year, depending in fact on our ending cash. And with the arguments of our CSR consultant, we chose to implement many different CSR initiatives because they were very important values for our brand.
So through those 7 years, we faced many issues. So the first one was to take decision. Not everyone was here, so there were always someone missing, and it was in charge of, she was in charge of a specific area, and so we had like difficulties for deciding the main decisions for this area. Another issue was that it took us a lot of time, or too much time, to understand that private label was a segment which was very attractive and profitable. And so to be efficient, we should sell local products with low prices and low qualities, because first we sold those products at more than $45 the purse, so it was too expensive and it did not work. Another difficulty was to define the price. The problem was that we did not have really direct competitor, because as my colleague said, we were on premium products. And so we could not really align our prices to our competitors. We try to find a good balance between high prices and not to be too expensive, because we would not sell our products. Another important difficulty was the forecast, because they usually were higher than the reality. So we turned out often to be disappointed with and ending with negative ending cash. And so it was a real burden for us the following year. Last year we realized that we did not have enough production capacities, because we did not build any factory in other continents, and we could only produce 5 million in North America and 6 million in Asia Pacific. And last year it was not worth to invest in extra capacities, because it would only be effective the year after.
So we tried to face these issues, of course, as was a bit explained by Caroline. So it was mainly in year 14 that we realized that we had to take some crucial decisions in order to tackle all these issues. So we had a bit of help from our teacher, and so we realized that we would have to take very different guidelines for the private labels that would be at the complete opposite of our branded production. And we decided to sell low-cost shoes for private label, which really helped us in the following years, but was a real big step for us. Also decided to open to our production, mostly our sales in Latin America, which was not done before. And we managed to sell mostly by internet and through private label as well in this area, which ended being really beneficial for us. As we could say, we would definitely keep our differentiation strategy with premium products, because it was a real opportunity for us to differentiate our products from the competitors, but we may have done things slightly different in the details, like the production mostly, and we would have entered the Latin American markets earlier to develop in every continent of the world.